A lot of logistics involved, but things have been delayed unfortunately. But visibility is so bad, and this race event was very poorly organized. Pagal. Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and when you're watching this, welcome to a new vlog. Hope you enjoyed that track session from Chennai, and CSS was lovely. Talking about track sessions, I'm going for another one. Although this is in the city, heading to Chicane, and some of you might be wondering, isn't it too hot to go to a track session now? Times like 11:45 or something. Yes, it's hot, but that's the slot I got for the KTM RC Cup. I had multiple doubts whether to attend it or not, but then I decided, chalo, what the heck, let me give it a try. Anyway, the session here today is just a qualifier, so you would have free practice runs and they'll clock the time and pick the best 10 out of I think 140 riders who are coming in. I want to show you how these qualifiers, how these competitions, or how these one-make championships work, and I thought this would be a good place to start with. So we have what, 8 cities I guess, and from each city they'll pick 10 people, so 80 people will go into the qualifying round, and then out of that 80, 20 would be selected for a final race, and the top 3 riders in that 20 would get a chance to visit Austria and get trained with KTM riders. Man, that seems epic. I want to experience this on the new RC390 and also get an idea of how it feels to the old one. I know this is a bit softer from my short test drive that I did long time back, but that's okay. I'm curious to see if they've made any tunes to the bike. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll have a GoPro recorded, but if I get lucky to record any GoPro sessions, you'll see it obviously. My sessions between 1 to 4, there are like 2 hours of classroom and track sessions, typical level 1 training I guess. And then after that, we have 1 hour of free practice for all the riders. Maybe I'll get max 5 to 10 laps in the free practice session, 5 laps probably. But let's see, it would be a fun experience. So catch you guys at the track. After registration, you have these 3 group like orange, black and white. This is where the classroom sessions happen. Once the classroom sessions are done, people go on the track, and this is where you can borrow gear also. There is a fuel station for like lunch, tea. I don't think the morning session is done yet, so they're still finishing some classes, and they're switching tires so quick here, like within 5 minutes. These are the extra bikes that they have. A lot of logistics involved, but things have been delayed unfortunately. I think they started late from what I heard. Once this is done, our session will begin. We need to be here till 6 months because till everyone's done. That's going to be long.
2 hours later.
There will be a season 2. We'll see you back in Hyderabad. Guys, no overtaking.
Not sure you can see anything, but there are few riders who are still finishing their super pole laps. There are still few lined up here and few more waiting to get in, but visibility is so bad. I can't even see the flag from here, man. I was among the experienced riders because I had some track experience. We got chance to do just the warm-up and then the super pole lap. So the warm-up was for like maybe 4 or 5 laps in the 7 minutes. Super pole was 3 laps, 1 in lap, the hot lap and then the out lap. My warm-up laps probably are much faster because the light was low and the surface was cold, so I didn't feel confident pushing, and in that regard I'm sure my time would be somewhere between 110 to 115, but my practice lap would definitely be around 110. So if you're around 1.5, you'll be selected around the top 20 here, but maybe not top 10 because there are a few riders who did 101s also, and that seems like a hill to climb. But the more practice you do, the better you get. I thought 115 was good for me a few months back. 110 would be easily possible on this track with the practice for 2-3 weeks. And I'm sure you can hit 105 after regular practice. Just need to double check the times, get the certificates and head back home. It's already late. I was supposed to be home by 5. It's already 7 now. We'll talk more in the car. And this race event was very poorly organized. Basic food arrangements and water were all fine, but it's just the timings. I came at 12 p.m. My group was supposed to start at 1, but our group didn't start till 4:30 or something, man. Crazy. I had to wait till 5 to get on the track, which is kind of bonkers. Anyway, I was not focused on getting into the top 10 or something. I was just here for the experience and I want to show you how it works. And in that regard, it's a checklist item. The event could have been organized better. What I heard is their truck came very late last night. They were supposed to come in the morning. They came in the evening. In the morning, arranging the tires to the bikes took a lot of time. That's where the delay started. But these track sessions should start at like 6 or 7 a.m. man. Now in this weather, it's hot enough that they can initiate it. But a lot of people coming from out of state and all, they're unable to come. But it's just the organizers didn't start it early. On a whole, fun experience, but I would next time try at a bigger track. Not at Chicken. Chicken I can practice. Now I'm getting a bit more confident on the track. Chalo, too dark to vlog further. We'll catch you guys later. Hey guys, this is the day after. If you're wondering why I'm not leaning too much, the way you corner in slow speeds and slightly medium speeds, like 30 kilometers per hour and above roughly, is different. There are tons of videos on YouTube, you can go do some research, but at low speeds you do it like an ADV, at faster speeds you turn it like a sports bike. Pagal. I hate these people who can't keep our roads and general premises clean. I mean, do you throw trash in your house also like that? Should treat our country like our house here. That's when you're responsible. Can't help. Unfortunately, this is the state of the country. Lack of education, awareness, all that happens. Anyway, let's come back to the topic. Directly from the track to the road, from the latest generation RC390 to the previous generation RC390 that I have. This is the 2021 model. The bike I rode is probably 22 or 23 model, most probably 22. Some of you might be already updated on the differences between the latest generation RC390 and this generation one. But for those who aren't aware, I'll give you just a brief gist of it. One, the instrument cluster is changed. It's like the Duke 391 full TFT cluster with all the latest features, be it cornering ABS, riding modes. There was a supermoto mode that was used on the track, by the way. The power is slightly down, but the torque went up, I guess, and also the weight went up slightly after the update. But the brakes are bigger. In terms of ergonomics, the newer ones like a bit 10 mm taller, it's a bit more comfortable, it's more relaxed. You said this is way aggressive. I mean, I'm in like attack mode always on this bike. If you hug your bike with your knees and lower body and use the core, like I mentioned in this video, this is not a hard bike to ride. A lot of people make it hard. Also, going over the speed strips, I can tell you, man, this bike is way sporty. But the latest bike is too soft for my liking. Front is okay, similar to this one, but the rear was too soft and bouncy. I couldn't adjust the rear preload, but whenever I was going in the corners, the rear was bouncing and sliding. The tires on that, the Metzeler H-rated, it's a decent. For a small track like Chicken, it was doing well, but I would obviously change them. Like, you don't get this much of connect on the latest generation bike. This is a bit aggressive for few people, but I like this one. It's much more connected. That feels a bit linear and lethargic. Vibrations, obviously, the newer generation is better. It's much more refined in terms of engine noise, engine vibrations. And it has quick shifter, so that's also a good thing. This doesn't get anything, although I do clutchless upshifts. For me, after changing the brake pads on this one to fully organic sintered ones, these brake pads are also okay. I don't remember if the new bike has backlight buttons, switches, but this is good. Can decrease the brightness a bit though. In terms of sound, both feel the same. That feels a bit more refined. But if I have to pick again between this one and the latest generation one, I'll pick this one, man. For track purpose, I think this is much more engaging and fun. Although that has two features that I would miss. One is a taller windshield, which I can always get as an aftermarket part. And cornering ABS. This doesn't get cornering ABS. I think cornering ABS is good for track for at least entry intermediate level riders. Still, the biggest miss on this generation and that generation is the lack of adjustable suspension. You can only adjust preload on the rear, and still this is bouncy. See how much it's moving. Anyway, just here to catch up with Sriman. We'll catch you guys in a while. Unfortunately, after meeting Sriman, I didn't record or vlog. He also didn't do it. Sometimes when we are with friends, we don't want these cameras and all because it makes us a bit formal. So just spent some casual time with him and came back home. And I think that should be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed that KTM RC Cup. I know my times might be slow for a lot of you. I might get some comments like you're too old to race and all, but that's okay. Age is just a number. For me, it's just the passion of riding on a track has really gotten into me, and I want to get as fast as possible. So I have certain times for all the tracks that we have. If I hit those times, I'm happy. That will give me 100% satisfaction, and that's my target. Not any competition, not any grids. Just want to enjoy my bikes on a track and get close, if not match the times that are there, like 105 here in chicane, 205 at MMRT, and maybe 220, 216 at Curry. Those are the times that I am aiming for. BIC is a long way off. We'll see how far we'll take this track experience. But that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And in case you're watching this night time, have a good night and take care. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. Subscribe button is much more important now than ever before, man. Bye bye.